Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Falcons. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. From the home of the Falcons since 1992, there's a look inside the Georgia Dome, just on the outskirts of downtown Atlanta. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. This will be fielded at the 8, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Room here to run. Derrick Henry all alone. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Derrick Henry, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? Well, we saw exactly what happened there. A tone was definitely set by the offensive team.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now a handoff as they run left side. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And now here's a carry heading left. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. There they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Calvin Pryor's exactly what you're looking for in a safety who polices the middle of the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. And got his man complete. A big play for the Bucs there on 3rd down. 51 yards. And the young Bucs showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to take another into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here now come the Falcons. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, That's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
When you play against Carlos Dunlap, you have to think protecting your passer. He knows how to get upfield and rush the quarterback.
So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
No. Check. Patriot. Over.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll indeed go for it with Osweiler. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They go back to the air here after the INT. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And the back goes into motion. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. Marlon Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. On play action. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that'll bring up a 4th down. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Rodgers. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Martavis Bryant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3.
So many times during the course of a game, Brandon, the special teams actually helps out their offense. Not in this case. They did them 0 favors with that return.
And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And the wideout in motion.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The play clock's running down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
On second down. And this one's incomplete. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and short. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And now a first down following that long gain. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. So that means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come out here in the I. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. shift together here from the D-line.
Now let's go. 3-19. Now, Barney.
Now they'll throw it with Osweiler. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And they'll run it here. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
On 2nd down, Osweiler. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down in bounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not crush.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Chris Conley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now, the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Now a play fake here on first down. They find some open field here. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. And the Buccaneers are going to have a first down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Rodgers now on first down. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Fresh set of downs here. They go play action here on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Second down, 9 yards to go. Play clock winding down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got some space here. And he cuts it right into space. Touchdown, Falcons. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
That's fielded in the end zone. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On play action, it's Rodgers. Out left side here to Bryant. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Then he motions the wide receiver. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Man open left side is Brown. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Here we go. Slow. Tiger.
On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. And an alley to run. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Rodgers going to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Martavis Bryant, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
In motion left goes Moncrief. On first down, Osweiler. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. So we've reached halftime.
Jeez, they don't even want to let their guys get a drink of water.
All right, third quarter, let's get to it. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they'll go on the ground. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And they're going to speed things up here.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now back to throw. Buying time to his left. Complete to Bryant. Martavis Bryant. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Martavis Bryant, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And he puts it through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They come out here in the eye. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And on the ground they go with the running back. And the cutback to the sideline. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Well, normally on a third down play, I'm not a huge proponent of play action, but when you run it as effectively as we've seen them do in this game, yeah, it sets it up pretty well.
Yeah, particularly on this drive, they've been great running the ball. Good setup. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They go play action here on first down. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Second down following the incompletion.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw is Osweiler. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. So they're going to go for two. Osweiler's going to throw. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a play fake. Rodgers going right side here, and that's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Their big-bodied receiver, 78 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This will be fielded at the 8. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Throw, can't find anyone, and down he goes. Osweiler sacked. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see.
Let's go.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Well, let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on third down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Third and long. It's Osweiler. Over to the right side. Caught by Moncrief. Able to get this one all the way past the 30.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now they'll run it on the toss. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. And he whips that one incomplete there. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Another pistol look here. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. On 3rd down, Osweiler. And he comes back with one complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They come out here in the eye.
Now let's go. Detroit! No. Check.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And the defense definitely showing blitz here.
No. Check. Patriot. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
3rd and 2. Now Osweiler. And he's got Moncrief. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
And they'll run it here. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's
He
true.
scores 3 times.
Filet,
There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. So out come the Bucs now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Good, solid, strong run that not only gets them a nice chunk of yardage, but takes the clock under 4 minutes. And now they're going to play situational football. How many timeouts does the opposition have left? How many runs do they need to call to make sure that they bleed out those timeouts? But even more importantly, mentally right now, they hold the advantage. They probably have them at the verge of breaking. And what they want to do is finish them off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stiff-armed him. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Bucs a first down.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guy's trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Dancing to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
The reason that counter and misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction that starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look. And now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Rodgers throwing here. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now Rodgers. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Partner, why were they even putting the ball in the air in that situation?
I know they have confidence a lot of the time in their team, and, hey, we can call anything. But in this spot, with that lead and that amount of time on the clock, not much, You've got to take care of it. I would have figured they'd run the football there.
Now their defense has to stand tall. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Gun! All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
One last shot for Osweiler. Surveying the field. Can't find anyone, and down he goes. Osweiler says.